Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
But some real workers say COVID amaye and sika sem so ahana kakra ne ade no. Some reason so you say aban no eye nyoma bebre free meals. Ye ma school kola aduane, ye tua school fees, ye say year of roads. Ye nyoma bebre.
Yeah.
Na obi say scan wa hin e ma nipa bebre fi say anase adwen kire say aban no bobosia dodo na ebi e bosia ne ebo ede ye sa nyoma we na dachi ye bebre we it looks like we're borrowing now anase we dachi no going forward ye bebre scan free.
Well, fundamentally anka to me, even if you go to try to borrow and your fundamentals are not right, nobody will give you the money. Santina, we hear 2014, the credibility of the government was very, very low. So they ended up Omuko IMF for a bailout, all right, because they couldn't get to the market to borrow. So young fundamentals, as I've said, when you look at the fiscal, you look at the monetary, you look at the external sector and the real sector, your fundamentals were in a much stronger position. And that stronger fundamental position has allowed us, to weather the storm much better. That's what I'm saying, that if you have an economy that could not pay teacher training allowance, how could they have given free water? They wouldn't have been able to give free water. They couldn't have been able to reduce electricity by 50%. They wouldn't have been able to give the meals that we have given, and so on. So the expenditures are undertaken. We are protecting lives and livelihoods. Because you have to look at the economy and you have to look at lives and livelihoods. The president has said that his number one priority is to protect the lives and livelihoods of Ghanaians. Once that is done, as for the economy, we know how to fix it, he said, but we don't know how to bring anybody back to life. So when you come in and you have your children at home, you are using electricity, you are using water. In this COVID, you have to keep washing your hands, but you are not at work, you are not earning, but we are asking you to stay at home. What do? We have to cushion you. So you protect the livelihoods. Say, this few months you will not pay water bill, or this few months, if you are a lifeline consumer, untia electricity bill, and all of that. So when now then the health workers, you cushion them with allowances and tax reliefs and all of that. When you now a boy and the business people, we provided almost 750 million Ghana cedis because a lot of businesses were hurting to do that. But those expenditures were necessary expenditures to cushion our people and to cushion the economy. And this is why when you are in management of economy, when you save for the bad times as well. And we are in a much stronger position to make these expenditures. And by the way, who say without making some of these expenditures, you would have been seeing a collapsing economy, because that is really the alternative, where we will all be collapsing. But we are making sure that we use the resources to protect lives, to protect livelihoods, and by the grace of God, once this thing blows over, we will be able to get moving again the way we were already moving.
Your Excellency, we're using these resources to protect lives, to protect property, and all of that.
Yes.
But at what cost? Will all of this not come back and bite us one day? And for how long can we continue like this?
Well, the whole issue we raise, is essentially about sustainability. That is all that you're saying.
Say you beat me
that is what economic management is about. Who say in the year 2000, Ghana's total debt was around 9 billion Ghana dollars. In the year 2000, that $9 billion debt, a deal called HIPIC, at that time, inflation was around 40%. Interest rates were in that range. Exchange rate depreciation was around 49%. In that, just a $9 billion debt got us into that position, right? Today, you are having a debt stock of over $200 billion.
Dollars?
No, Ghana cedis.
Cedis.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ghana cedis, right? We inherited a debt of about 122 billion. But if you look at the rate of increase in the debt stock between 2016 and 2019, is the lowest in the decade. Between 2016 and 2019, if you include the banking sector bailout, you have an increase in the debt stock of 9.3%. If you exclude the banking sector bailout, it's at 3.9%. Between 2008 and 2012, the rate of increase of the debt stock was 49%. 49. 2012-2016 was 19%. Then for 2016-2019, we are talking about 3.9% if you exclude the banking sector bailout, or 9.3% if you include it. So there's a lot of prudence, notwithstanding the higher debt levels, but these debt levels are within a sustainable framework, even though we have to manage it. You see inflation coming down, you're seeing the exchange rate being stable, you're seeing external.
But as I say, COVID inflation across Rukaka.
Yes. We say now, yeah, we were around about 8%, 7.9 to 8%. So say, yeah, well, 11%, and that is understandable within that context. And this is why Mika say, notwithstanding that, you will see, say, the macro fundamentals are in a much better shape than one would have expected. And that's because we were already in a strong position.
Interesting.
This FM 104.3. Good to meet